Welcome back to Bitchin Kitchen. Today, we are going to make a birthday cake for Macy's birthday. She has requested, yeah, there she is, the audience. As usual, I have a beverage. This time it's not a cocktail because it's early in the day. It is only 10:30.
Yeah!
Yep. Okay. Well, my foot was there the whole time. I didn't jump in front of you. So she has requested a Neapolitan birthday cake. All right, so the first thing I have to do is prepare the pans. You always want to spray your pans. Now, this step is crucial, and you don't ever want to forget it. Use your parchment paper. Fold it in half. Fold it in half again. And now I'm going to use this double folded corner. So I'm going to cut these. I'm trying to make a circle, but it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, my circle is a little bit wonky, but it fits right down in the bottom there, and that's exactly what I need. Never skip this step. Don't you do it. You will be sorry. I've got this great recipe for a deep dark chocolate cake. I only make a few adjustments, which I'll share with you along the way. All right, step 1, oven's heated, pans are greased. Step 2, I want to mix together the sugar, the flour, the cocoa, and the baking powder. Oh yeah, dark chocolate. 1. I need a cup of milk, 2 eggs, and half a cup of oil. 1. Rinse this. Instead of oil, I use applesauce. I need half a cup, and this little dude is great because when you have something that's kind of thick, like applesauce or sour cream or mayonnaise, I'll show you what it does. I'm going to pour my applesauce in here, and it will not make the cake taste like apple. This, and then use squeegee, and all the sides are clean, isn't it? Now my vanilla, 2 teaspoons. I'm going to eyeball it. Scrape my sides here. Oh, there it is. I hear it. Oh, calm down. Calm down. I hear you. My goodness. All right, 1 cup boiling water. Oh, yeah. Look at that dark. So good. Instant coffee in there. I mean, is it the highest quality coffee in the world? No, but it's going in a cake, so it's fine. So now we're going to turn this on low so I can drizzle it in. Let it incorporate. Oh, it's getting splashy. You calm down. Calm down. It's going to be loose. It's going to be a real thin batter. That's how dark chocolate cakes are. The coffee in it brings out that chocolate even more. Okay, I'm only going to put this in 2 pans. I don't want to get it too thick, however, or it'll take too long to cook. And then you'll have a burnt bottom and a raw center. And that's not good. In the oven it goes. The recipe says you let it cook for 30 to 40 minutes, but here's the trick I've learned. When you can start to smell the cake, it's about done or it is done. So this next cake, I'm trying to get all my things in place. I've got my pans prepared. Excuse me. Excuse me for that. I'm going to make a white cake, and one of the layers I'm going to mix with strawberry. I'm going to add some freeze-dried strawberries. Just a few. These are very, very tart. Alrighty. I'm also going to add strawberry jello. It's one of my secrets. And for this recipe, I'm going to need 4 egg whites. I'm going to go ahead and separate my eggs. I use the shell itself as I pass the yolk back and forth. Being careful not to puncture it. And that gets me the whites. Okay, now I'm going to put dry ingredients in here. Flour. And I'm going to put my wet ingredients here, starting with the butter and the sugar. Then I'm going to add my vanilla. So I'm going to divert a little bit here. I'm doing regular vanilla extract because I want this to be the vanilla layer. I'm going to add some vanilla paste. Ooh, it's very vanilla. Then I'm going
add my egg whites just a few at a time.
Let's just see what's going on in here. Get that vanilla paste in there. I can feel it at the bottom, just hanging around. Hanging around, trying to not get mixed by the mixer. But don't you want to be part of this birthday cake? All right, make sure you always lock. Now I'm going to go back and forth between my dry and my buttermilk. The buttermilk. This is looking good and incorporated, so I'm going to turn off the mixer. Oh yeah. Just going to put a little bit in here. For the strawberry, I'm going to take my secret ingredient strawberry jello and my crushed up freeze-dried strawberries, and I'm going to add those over here. Nice and strawberry, as you can see. These puppies are going in the oven. All right, so my vanilla and strawberry are out of the oven. My chocolate is cooled, but here's the problem. It is almost 2. The birthday party starts in an hour. It's going to take us 30 minutes to get there. I'm not going to have time to assemble this here, so I'm packing up all of my things for my layers, my assembly, my frosting, everything, taking it to my mom's house where the party's going to be so that I can assemble it there while the guests are arriving. But in the meantime, I need to trim this layer down so it's ready to roll. So I've got my nice long serrated knife. I want it to be flat on the top so when I'm stacking it, it doesn't break. Okay, layer. Here's the strawberry. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, honestly, that's a really pretty strawberry cake.
Hopefully everybody stays put. Once I got to my mother's house, it was time to make the frosting. I made a vanilla buttercream, and then I put a little bit on my cake plate to keep the layers in place, put my chocolate layer down, and then made a dam for the filling. This filling was a chocolate ganache that I poured in the middle, and it oozed out the sides a little bit, but that just kind of made it taste a little bit better. Then I put down my vanilla layer, and this whole filling was the vanilla buttercream. Since it's a Neapolitan cake, I wanted all of the fillings to represent the flavors in Neapolitan. The strawberry layer had a filling of strawberry preserves and some crushed up freeze-dried strawberries that I spread around on there. And then since it was getting a little bit slidey with that ganache and I still had one layer left, I put in some skewers, added my top layer, and then slathered on some of the buttercream. Now before this step, I added some marshmallow cream to get that idea of a marshmallow topping on a Neapolitan ice cream sundae. And I slathered the frosting on all sides and the top of the cake pretty thick, because there was an art effect I am going to do on the outside when all of this is finished. I'm doing a voiceover right now because it was kind of loud and chaotic at my mother's house with all of the guests, and anything that I said wouldn't have been heard well anyway. So here I took some of the frosting and I added several different bright colors to it, and I'm just kind of plopping those colors on there. No particular rhyme or reason, just trying to get all the colors represented. I've got purple, blue, pink, yellow, and orange, and then I'm using my flat tool to kind of spread the colors around to go for a rainbow watercolor effect. And then on top, kind of a last minute decision, I had extra ganache, so I just poured some on top so it could drip down the sides, so I wouldn't have to pipe anything on top, because I am not good at piping. And there we have it. Threw in some candles and we are all done.